I'd call Marshal Desai a lazy, thick nigger.
Why, Ron? Tell us why.
Are we just going to say, let's go and find somebody else and talk about niggers? Because that's how it's seeming to me, now. I'm fed up now talking about the word nigger.
Ron Atkinson was a distinguished footballer, manager and commentator until he resigned in disgrace after a racist remark. But is he really a racist?
Ron Atkinson has lost 2 jobs at ITV Sport and The Guardian newspaper after he made a racist remark about the player Marcel Desailly.
I'd call Marshal Desai a lazy, thick nigger. The response I've had from the black people, I've got to tell you, has been terrific.
It's not looking great so far for Ron.
And it was like the domino effect. Somebody would ring, I said, well, there goes another 10 million, there goes another $250,000. So all of a sudden, from having a full diary, trying to think where you're going to find the next 10 minutes from, to think, well, how am I going to fill the next 10 days?
Not so fast, Ron. The BBC have just rang. They've got a gig for you there. It's in America. Some kind of racial awareness bullshit. It's basically them paying you to go on holiday and get your career back on track.
I'm back to Birmingham!
Ron's hometown of Birmingham has had its fair share of racial tension, but not on the scale of Birmingham, Alabama, in America's deep south, the birthplace of the civil rights movement. A right-wing radio station has invited him on air.
RussandDOnline.com, where people in the know go for the news of the day.
Good to have you in with us this hour. We have cleared out the phones, but we invite you to come back in if you would like to help us decide whether the guy who's sitting in the studio with us is a racist. Some have accused him of being that, and you referred to a player as a, quote, effing thick.
I didn't swear.
All right, I'm just showing you what it says here. I mean, is that wrong?
Yep.
Okay. So
In fact, it's not wrong. He did use the F word as well as the N word.
So we're putting Ron Atkinson on trial, folks. He wants to be on trial, and he wants to know what your verdict is.
Yeah, court is in session.
It is the trial of Ron Atkinson. Now judge him. He wants to be judged.
Well, I don't know that he wants to be judged. He's obviously ticked. All right, let me go back to the phone. Go to Rick in Birmingham. Hi, Rick. Good morning. You're with Russ and D.
And the 2 people sitting beside you, they're Jewish. And a lot of people go, those Jews, and they don't take nothing about it. But you let a black person hear that N-word, and the world falls apart, it melts and everything. And that is so wrong.
So he needn't have worried. Birmingham's right. Think Ron's been wronged.
The response I've had from the black people, I've got to tell you, has been terrific.
Nigga, he got the speakers in the trunk with the bass on crump.
It's true that the word nigger is used by black rap artists, black comedians, and it's often used to express kinship.
Nigga, they try to play him like a chump, cause he got what
And Ron Atkinson's used this apparent anomaly to try to excuse his own language, arguing that if it's all right for them to use it, why is it such a problem if he does too?
So if they can say it, why can't you? That argument doesn't work anymore. Maybe some school kids would fall for it.
The students have done their best to explain the difference between what they can say and what he can say, but he's just not buying it. And he's losing interest in this whole field trip.
Are we just going to say, let's go and find somebody else and talk about niggers? Because that's how it's seeming to me, now.
Uh-oh, the old commentator's curse.
I'm fed up now talking about the word nigger.
Nigger, tell them lies, black face and bloodshot eyes, crooked toes and crooked nose, that's the way a nigger goes.
The response I've had from the black people...
This is a museum of racist memorabilia. If Ron's sick and tired of hearing the word nigger, this is probably the last place he should be.
Oh, we don't want niggers in our school. We're not for integration. Keep those niggers in their place. We'll have a better nation.
These are sort of things that you would find offensive.
Look at this mask right here.
Yeah.
You're banging. Why would that offend someone?
Like back home, and that's the only example I can use, they will do masks, not at black people,
Right,
but like
right.
Maggie Thatcher masks
Sure,
and things
sure,
like that,
sure,
you know, and all
sure,
that. And
sure.
that's always regarded as,
Right,
as a bit of fun and
yes,
whatever, so
yes.
I don't know. Tell you what people used to call them, what associated, they used to call them darkies. That was one of the first...
Slurs. Or names.
Yeah, names. That was that was how they came over, but I don't remember anybody ever sort of... But I tell you what, I don't also remember, I think, I get a feeling people were possibly a bit more tolerant of them.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the blackest of them all? A man named King, it ain't no doubt, and he's causing lots of trouble with his baboon mouth. The ruin he's a-doing is caused by the trouble he's a-brewing, and the NAACP can't win if the white men stick with nigger-hating me.
The response I've had from the black people...
So after 1 week in 4 different states exploring the heart of the matter of racism and racist language, what has our man learned?
There are differences. I mean, not bad differences or whatever. I mean, you can... If somebody's black, they're black. If somebody's white, they're white. If somebody's from Denmark, they're Danish. I mean, if I was a black man, I'd be proud of being a black man. I mean, jokingly, the lads who know me well are always on about I try to match... I spend a lot of time in the sunshine trying to get like them. I don't see that offensively. I cannot see why that's offensive. If somebody calls me white, I'd sooner be called white. If somebody started calling me a Caucasian, I think they're taking the mickey. The response I've had from the black people...
That entire America thing was just one big stitch-up. Just a load of thick, lazy knobheads. Let's flip it on them, Ron. Invite some of your mates to this next bit.
Race awareness courses are used by businesses and the public services to try to change attitudes, or at least promote greater understanding. Sounds like just the job for our man. And other interested parties who've responded to an advert we placed in the local press. He'll have easier classes than this. It turns out they're only here to vent their spleens.
The N-word was normal usage in London in the 50s. It was a normal word, and it wasn't meant derogatorily.
I was called a white bitch. I actually reported it to the police. Nothing was said about it, but if it had been the other way around, I feel, if it had been some white children flown it in an Asian family or whatever, that would have been the paper. Yeah.
You keep over to your white area, we'll keep over to our Indian area, because that's our culture. I want to be an Indian, and I want to be a Pakistani, and I want to be Afro-Caribbean or whatever.
What I fail to see is why, if I'd have said the same thing and made the last word frog, which the player himself is qualified to be called on the so-called phraseology we use, I would not have had anything like the flack I took.
Now, the thing is, that wasn't meant to be broadcast. So, in my opinion, it shouldn't have even been counted.
I'd have said, no, just, all right, you black, you nigger. They wouldn't have took no notice. Whoever it was picked this word up. But no. Oh, Ron Atkinson said that. So this racial discrimination, whatever you like to call them, has picked it up and blown it all out of proportion.
Well, it was interesting, particularly listening to the different views from well, a group of, shall we say, white, senior sort of people. What came out of it is that they certainly feel that maybe this PC business is getting tipped a little bit unfairly, if you like, against them. The response I've had from the black people, I've got to tell you, has been terrific.
Fair play, Ron. Fight the power and all that. If there's nothing else, I think you're in the clear.
The media's moral code is ambiguous. The last time Ron made a racist comment on air, he got away with it.
For fuck's sake, Ron.
At half-time, ITV cut back to the studio. But overseas viewers like Ian were hearing a feed from the commentary box where Ron was unaware that his mic was still live. Sound familiar?
Ron Atkinson said, "Do you think I'll get away with that comment?" Brian Moore said, "Oh, I don't know. Yes, I think you're all right there, Ron." And then Ron Atkinson made the comment, well, he said, "I'm not bothered. I'm not particularly bothered about it. I'll only get into trouble if his mother's watching this up in a tree in Africa."
The remark was made 14 years ago was a jokey thing. You know, I mean, it was a joke. Everybody accepted it as a joke thing. It was a bit of a laugh. The response I've had from the black people...
Well, the man is an idiot. First of all, to do it twice. You know, that the microphone's been live, and that the fact is anger that he hasn't changed his views or his ideas or anything else.
I would suggest the punishment is that you go to Manchester United every week for about 10 weeks and clean Rio Ferdinand's boots as penance for that mighty abuse that you heaped on us. You know what strikes me over you sitting down here talking to you? You don't care a monkey's.
What have I got to do? I've got to walk around on hands and knees all my life. I've been... All right, I've apologised. I've over-apologised now.
Is that so?
Oh, I made a mistake. I made a bad mistake, of which I've apologised profusely for. But now, I've got to get on with my life.
So Ron's apologised. He's over-apologised. But the question remains, is Ron a racist? What do you think?
I said this is a black day, isn't it? I shouldn't say that, should I? The response I've had from the black people, I've got to tell you, has been terrific.